Alright guys, so coming at you again with another Seiko Tuna video today. The other day we took a look at the Golden Tuna Reissue, and this is just an awesome dive watch. If you missed that video, make sure to check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can find it. Today though, it's all about the SBBN017, and by the way guys, if you ever get the chance to sport two tunas at the same time, highly recommend it. So I've actually been shopping around for a tuna for my own personal collection for the last little while, and one of the models I keep coming back to is the 017. There's just something about that one for me. Good friend of mine, Chris, actually lent in both of these watches a couple of weeks ago, so really thankful to him for that. If you're on Instagram, give him a follow at Seikoholic7 and check out his awesome collection there. So let's get into the tuna. Alright, so first up, if you're wondering about the bracelet, this watch actually comes out on a rubber dive strap, but Chris put it on this bracelet from the SBBN017, and good call on that because it looks perfect on the watch. Between the bracelet, the case and shroud, and even the bezel and insert, it's steel overload, but in a very good way. Just screams tool watch. I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same as me. I used to think these were so ugly, and I can't put my finger exactly on it, but after I saw a couple of these in person, it kind of snuck up on me, and all of a sudden I'm scouring the internet, reading everything I can find on them. There's obviously the history behind the design going back to the 70s that plays a part in the coolness factor, but even taking that away, the design just looks and wears awesome. Now, these are a bigger watch, coming in at about 47.5 millimeters, where the shroud flares out at the widest point. The way that the shroud is cut, it's a little shorter from tip to tip, and then the lug to lug is even shorter than that, coming in at about 44.5 millimeters. The lug opening is 22 millimeters, and the thickness is just a touch over 15 millimeters. That includes the domed Hardlex crystal. The water resist is 300 meters, and the watch runs the 7C46 high torque quartz movement. I touched a little on the movement in the quartz video, but one thing I didn't mention was the feel of the crown when adjusting it. If we just unscrew it here, the day-date change feels similar to a lot of quartz watches, but when you get to the time-changing function, there's a bit of resistance there versus the loose, almost floppy feel of a cheaper quartz. These movements are very accurate, so you won't have to touch the crown very often anyways, but the crown has zero wobble, very robust feeling, and feels good and smooth when you screw it back in. The dial is a no-nonsense, easy-to-read matte black dial. Up top is the applied Seiko in stainless. All of the print work, including the hour marker surrounds, are done in silver. It's a little more muted and less distracting than, say, a stark white, which is a good look for a tool watch like this. So I guess we should probably check out the Lume, with this being a Seiko diver here. I'm sure you guys watch Minute Watch, but every time I do these Seiko Lume shots, I can't help but hear his Check the Lume song. He should probably license that out to other channels or something, but I'm not sure what else to say about this Lume that I haven't said on other Seiko divers. Seiko Dive Lume is the best in the business, just pure awesome Lume. The bezel is a 120 click bezel. I really like the action. It's easy to grip and turn, even with the shroud in the way a little bit, and I'm really liking the steel insert. This one seems to line up properly as well, so let me show you guys how this wears on my 7¼ inch wrist. And here it is, and I think this thing looks just killer. I just love it on the bracelet too. I know everybody says that these wear a lot better than their size suggests, and I have to agree. You got to give one of these a try if you haven't. The one thing you're not going to get away from is the thickness. They are a tall watch, which I don't mind anyways, but looking at it straight on, it certainly doesn't feel like a 47.5 millimeter watch. Even when it comes to the comfort, they seem like they'd be a little bit cumbersome, but that's not the case at all, at least for my wrist size. So definitely a cool one to check out, and another really fun one from Seiko to wear. So that's it, guys. Thanks for taking the time to stop by today, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.